Hi, I'm Gary Kell, the Fly Fishing Coach. Welcome to the 4th episode of The Secrets of Fly Fishing Success. Today, we're going to learn about rods and reels. So sit back, clear your mind of all your troubles, get ready to reel it all in. The fly rod is just a wonderful tool. In physics class, we referred to it as a flexible lever, but to us, it just bends and unbends. And in the hands of a skillful caster, just propels the line easily right to its target. So the basics of fly casting can be learned in a couple of hours, but to master it takes a lifetime. All fly rods are made up of the following parts: the reel seat, the grip, the hook keeper, guides, ferrules, and a tip top. The reel seats come in 2 styles. On small rods, the end of the reel seat ends with a flat plug. On the bigger rods, may have an extension called a fighting butt, which allows better leverage for fighting fish. Fly rod grips come in a couple different materials. One would be natural cork, and the other are the newer materials like foam. There are 2 styles of grip. One is the cigar grip. It's usually used on smaller rods for its sensitivity in short casting distances. The full wells or half wells grips are found on the larger rods, as it improves the application of power to make longer casts. Now, above the grip on your fly rod, you will find a small metal ring called a hook keeper. There is where you place your hook when you're not fishing. There are many styles of guides on the market today, and commonly the first 2 guides are stripper guides and often have a ceramic ring. The remainder will be snake guides. The ferrules are where 2 sections of the rod join, and you need to keep those clean and dry. The tip top is a wire ring, and on larger rods it will be also ceramic. Fly rods are made from graphite, glass, combinations of the 2, or bamboo. The parts of the rod remain the same, but variations in construction give them their unique characteristics of length, number of pieces, action, and matching line weight. Now let's look at rod lengths. Rod lengths vary from 6 to 11 feet. The shorter 6 to 7 foot rods are great for small streams where you have tree-lined brushy banks. On the other hand, the longer rods are great for open waters and larger bodies of water. There you need to get extra distance, and you need to be able to reach across the swirling currents to make more natural presentations. I recommend that trout fishermen an 8 to 9 foot rod, which will serve them well. Just imagine taking your new 9-foot rod and trying to put it into your smart car or even into the front of your pickup truck. You'll begin to understand why designers started to make rods in sections or pieces. You can find rods up to 16 pieces to make them very portable, where you can put them in your backpack or in your briefcase and carry them wherever you want. Most commonly, you'll find 4-piece rods. They are easily portable. You can put them in your car, and they also work very well mechanically. The action of a fly rod is about how much it bends. 2 6-weight rods can bend differently. 1 6-weight bends a lot, and it is known as soft or slow action rod. Another 6-weight rod may bend very little, and it is known as a stiff or fast action rod. A medium to a medium fast action rod is normally the easiest to cast and best for the beginning angler. The matching line weight refers to the line weight that the rod is designed to handle. We call it a balance system. In other words, a 2-weight fly line should be used on a 2-weight rod, and a 5-weight fly line should be used on a 5-weight rod. Some manufacturers actually list 2 line weights that their rod may handle. For instance, a 5 and a 6 weight. However, rods are designed to handle line weights from 2 all the way up to 15 weight fly lines. You can tell what each rod is by reading the graphics on the butt section of the rod. It includes the maker, the model, the length of the rod, the line weight the rod is designed for, and the number of pieces in the rod. The model number also gives you much of that information. This is a Sage Approach 865-04. That's 8.5 foot 5 weight with 4 pieces. Fly rods cost from $100 to over $2,000. So you might want to protect your investment. It's a good idea to store and transport your rods in a rod tube, and then you'll have them for a lifetime. Here's some secrets to protecting that investment. When assembled at the car, be sure the tip avoids closing windows and doors and tailgates. When you're inside, make sure you keep it away from ceiling fans. When walking along the stream, let the rod trail behind you to avoid breaking the tip. When you fit the rod together, make sure the ferrules fit snugly with a slight twist. And also avoid putting your rod away wet. Now let's look at reels. Reels store and manage your fly line. Some will include a mechanical drag that will help you subdue and fight larger fish. On one hand, they do store the excess line to keep it from tangling at your feet. And on the other hand, it's rather easy to pull line off the reel when you need additional distance. Generally, the reels are used by retrieving and stripping line off the reel with one hand and you casting with the other. Reels are made of machined aluminum, stamped metal alloys, or molded graphite. There are 2 parts to every reel, a main frame and a spool. The feel and function of a reel is measured by the quality of its construction and of the following variables: the retrieval system, the drag, the size of the arbor, and the fly line weight capacity. There are 3 line retrieval systems available: the single action reel, the multiplier, and the automatic reel. The single action reels dominate the market. They retrieve line on a 1-to-1 ratio. The multiplier and automatic reels retrieve line much faster, but are complex. They're normally heavy and normally higher cost, which make them undesirable. Most reels have a mechanical drag that puts the brakes on a free-running spool, both to reduce tangles and to provide resistance to a hard-fighting fish. There are 2 types of drag: a click and pawl. The click and pawl is a traditional drag that reduces tangles when fishing for small fish. The more popular is the adjustable drag. It works more like your car brakes and can easily fight a large fish from the reel. There is another design feature on most reels where you can add additional drag. There is an exposed rim on the spool, and as a fish pulls line off your reel, you can lay the reel against the palm of your hand and add pressure that will increase resistance on your fish. The arbor is the center of the spool on which the fly line and backing are wound. Since fly lines are only about 90 feet long, we add a Dacron line as backing to the reel to fill it, and then we tie on the fly line. On some of the reels, especially the older ones, the arbor is rather narrow and small. On the newer reels, many of them have a larger arbor. The large arbor improves our retrieve ratio. It reduces the line coil memory. It sometimes can increase the volume of line that we have. These characteristics are great for pursuing and fighting larger fish. However, for the beginning fly fisherman, either size arbor will do the job well. Fly reels are designed to handle 2 to 3 different line weights. For instance, one fly reel may list it as a 4, 5, and 6 weight fly line, whereas another reel may list just a 4 or 5 weight line. Now just make sure that you fit the size of the reel to the size of the fly line that you've chosen. In addition to the fly line, a low stretch Dacron backing goes onto the reel first, and the amount varies by the size of the fly line you've chosen. That Dacron backing is important to you. It will keep you from losing your fly line should a large fish pull the entire line off your reel. Then you will be glad you have it. The manufacturer normally lists the amount of Dacron backing that you can put on the reel based on the size of the fly line that you've chosen. Spare spools can be purchased for your reel so that you can carry extra lines. For instance, you may want to carry a sinking line, or maybe another weight line that is within the reel's capability. Reel spools are much less expensive and really expand your capabilities on the stream. The cost of fly reels range from about $30 to $500. I'd recommend that you start with a reel in the range of $50 to $150. To protect that investment, make sure you rinse them of all the silt and dirt after every outing. At the same time, you can clean your fly line at least every 3 or 4 outings. And now a final word about your retrieve hand. When you purchase a reel, they will ask you whether you want to retrieve with your right hand or your left hand. Most likely, if you cast with your right hand, you will want to retrieve with your left. If you cast with your left hand, you will want to retrieve on the right. So now you're ready to start fly fishing. Join me in the next episode of The Secrets of Fly Fishing Success on episode 5, where we will discuss leaders and tippet, our final connection to the fish. Until then, have a great day fishing.